Okay, I think this is working. Well, it seems once again that I have made my way back. It's been a while. How has everyone been? It's time for another little fireside chat with Uncle Satan. It's been a long time. Well, with this story today, we're going to call it basically, oh, what the fuck? It's basically where we're going with this. And where have I been? What have I been doing? That's a very good question. One that I'm going to answer right now, and it's going to be brief. Well, this story starts out, oh goodness, months and months and months ago. And I started feeling very tired, just tired all the time, uh, out of breath for no reason, and I am a smoker, but that's, very, very little to do with anything. I have excellent cardio. Um, I'm not a gym rat, but I love to mountain bike. Um, Sometimes I can do 15 miles a day just for the, sheer hell of it. But I started having just, lots of problems like that, getting dizzy for no reason. It's like, what the hell's going on here? What the fuck's the problem? So anyway, it comes to find out, the devil's got heart issues, and that seemed to be part of the problem. Turns out that I was pushing myself too hard, and I was basically wearing the engine out. I'm not going to go into a whole medical aspect of it because I don't feel like getting that deep into it. But pretty much it's like taking your car out onto the Hudson Parkway and trying to drive all the way from, Brooklyn up to Yonkers at 4,000 RPM and you're only in first gear. You're only going to get so far until your engine breaks down. And that pretty much describes what's been going on. I am doing better though. Done a lot of rest, modified some diet shit, you know, cut alcohol completely out of my diet, which, I wasn't a raving drunk or one of those lunatics or anything like that, but, hey, I'm about like Doom Boy. I like to have my beer when I'm having fun. I like to, play some video games, have a beer or two or five, just, having fun, not sitting here stumbling around acting like a fool. But that was kind of part of the deal. You got to kind of cut alcohol out. They told me, it's like, you got to quit smoking. I said, go fuck yourself. You know, the devil's got to have at least one vice, all right? And this is it. This keeps me from killing all of you and dragging you to hell. So, that's a lot of what's going on. Um, Came down with COVID again. Uh, that was real fun. Thankfully, I had the latest booster, so mainly, fatigue, trouble breathing, which, that wasn't new at this point, and just feeling general blah, but coming out on the other side of that, and then just, I really had no desire, really no, for want of a better term, I really did not want to do this anymore. I've, had my moments with people and all that, and that's water under the bridge to me. As Axl Rose said, some people you just can't reach, and that's all well and good, so they know who they are, and I hope they're doing well, progressing through this nutcase of a fucking thing we call life. because I firmly believe that, you know, if you're going through life right now and you say, "Oh, I don't have any problems," I don't trust you, and I know you're lying. In fact, I don't trust anybody that doesn't have a certain amount of baggage. And it's not so much to say that people that had a good upbringing and, they had very little turmoil or untrustworthy. It's just, you know, when you've seen the shit and you come out on the other side of it, there's a certain strength to that you have to admire and that you know, you have to really respect that. And it also means that they have a bullshit meter that is, pegged, and they lead a tranquil life, which is what I try to do. Now, if you set me off, that's a different matter. But I'm kind of taking a back seat on that. I really don't care. YouTube drama is just bullshit. We're supposed to all be here to have fun, make our content, have fun with other people, and go about our daily lives. So, I don't really give a fuck anymore. I don't give a fuck about, the idiots that get a huge following and then they end up getting put in prison because they did atrocious things to family members. We all know who that is. I don't give a fuck about people that like to flip switches hot and cold all the time. She knows who she is. I don't give a fuck about people that like to drop you without any warning at the drop of a hat and just be completely, fucking, dumb when it comes to how you treat people. She knows who she is. A cigarette went out. I don't really care about that. And the only reason I point this out is because, I want you to know that I don't care, and I know you don't, although some people may live for that shit. Some people just, they gotta have a little drama in their lives. They gotta, do their thing. Not me. I'm getting too old for this. I'm pushing, my 50s here, dudes and dudettes. You know, I don't have time for this. So, I'm looking forward to GTA 6 and when that comes out next year. And I've been playing some other games here lately. I've been revisiting some old favorites of mine. I'm currently on my third playthrough of Days Gone. I did say I was going to do some gameplay of that, but I've noticed a lot of people recently have been coming out and doing it as well. So I guess I missed that train. I don't want to jump on a trend. I mean, GTA content, I might or might not do it because, like, honestly, you know, uh, it's played out, in my opinion, and more power to the people that keep playing it, making content. That's all well and good, but when you're trying to, get up off the ground, get a channel up off the ground like I am, I'm a minuscule channel. You want to go with something a little bit different. I mean, GTA is a mainstay. People will watch that shit all day fucking long, but you know, there's also a certain amount of hysterics that go along with it. And one thing I've learned about the game, and we all know this, and I've known this for a while, but just saying from, that certain part of me, you know, g- gaming YouTube commentary or, gameplay and all that, it's fucking wild, It's like the Wild West. There's some people that are doing this that have no business doing it. And it's usually because that they have lost the plot, they've lost their minds, and they're damaging themselves and other people. Shouldn't be doing it. But, that's neither here nor there. Um, People come, people go. And mainly, I'm going to be doing a lot of different things here. Some of it may be game related, some of it may not. I'm just going to let, the channel take its course. I invite you to come and hang out with me on my stupid little endeavors because that's really all it is. I'm not interested in money. I'm not interested in, I mean, getting donations, shit like that. That's all great and good, to get paid for something you like to do, but it's not a motivator. I need something to take up my time because I'm getting bored. I have been basically almost bedridden for months, and I'm getting sick of it. I've gotten out, I've rode my bike some, but I always end up just very depleted. Um, I've got to have several surgeries here coming up to correct some things. Not on my heart, thankfully, not yet. But I've got to have surgery on my skull. You know, got to have some oral surgery done. I got to have work done to my back, some major, surgery done to my back, and that's all toward the tail end of the year. But I want you to come on the journey with me, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this because I think it is very poignant, and no matter what I said previously, it still is true. Everything I said was true. Some people that, you know, and it goes along the tone of, some people they just jump back and forth with who they trust, who they don't trust, and that's all well and good. But when somebody doesn't give you an issue, don't cause an issue. And when the person responds in kind with "you fucked up," you can't really expect anything else to the other person that sat there and wanted to play games and like acted like, you know, we're the very best of friends one moment and then the next just ghosted at the drop of a hat for no reason. There were no crosswords, there was nothing, I think you need some help. Quit listening to other people and choose your loyalties based on what you feel. And if you feel that, me or my wife was an issue, then something's wrong with you because all we gave you was love and support. And to the big kahuna that I kind of got introduced in all this, make your own decisions and don't be influenced. Don't be influenced because you can laugh and say you're not, but yeah, you are. Ray Charles could see that shit because I got much love for you, dude. And why you silenced me on your channel, I have no reason because I didn't say anything negative. But it is what it is. I still drop by every now and again. I still watch. So, some people say, "Oh, Lazy Satan's gone." No, he's not. You got to remember, the devil has always been here. The devil just doesn't always make his presence known. The devil's always watching. But what I will say is this: if I caused you any problems for whatever reason, I apologize. I'll go ahead and say that now. So, as far as I'm concerned, no harm, no foul. You know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, we're all human beings. We all make mistakes, myself included, yourselves included. So you need, bear up and own that, just like I do. Bear up and own it. You know, I'm always around. I'm on Discord. You can leave comments for me and all that because I'm actually going to go in and, like, the little people that I have, like, ghosted from my channel, I'm going to unghost you. So you can come say hello, come say what you want, and I'll respond in kind. As my dog Lemons all over the place on her back, want me to rub her bellies. Every devil needs a hellhound. So, go through your life, have fun. Let's fucking do this, whether it's together or separate. Let's fucking do this. Because, there is only one certain thing in life. I mean, there's an American saying it goes, two things in life are certain, death and taxes. Not so. Taxes can always go away. You know, that can always go away. There is the ability for that. You can make it, governments can make that go away. Not impossible, but improbable. But the only certain thing is nobody gets out of this alive. One day, every one of us, everyone that's listening, the guy that's saying this, my puppies, my wife that's asleep, all of us, we're going to turn the dirt, baby. We are going to turn the dirt. So while we're stuck on this fucking mud ball that is getting crazier and crazier by the day, let's have some fun. Let's fucking go out there and kill it in our personal lives, in our little YouTube lives, whatever. And, let's get along. And, the people that can't get along, get the fuck out. It's that easy. It's another Axl Rose idiom. It's so easy. Which I can't do that voice. Ah, at 8 o'clock in the morning almost. My dog over here is going nuts. Holy shit. But anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up for this little fireside prognosticating fireside chat. But a fireside chat would not be complete without a funny story. So, in the words of uh, Mr. Rock and Roll, my Kiss Army brother, Uncle Squiddy's got a story for you. And it's a Kiss story. About 200 years ago, when the devil was a small lad, his mother was married to a guitar technician that was very big in the game. He worked with them all. I mean, this dude, he did things that Eddie Van Halen was impressed by. And I say that because I actually heard that come out of Eddie Van Halen's mouth. But anyway, it was during a Kiss tour, the Creatures of the Night tour. And at this point, I've heard, I was a young lad. I had heard of Kiss. I was small, but I was not small, small. So anyway, I had met Gene and Paul and, you know, Ace and Eric, and but I had never seen them in costume. I had always seen them, like at like if they happened to show up to like if some of the crew were at dinners with the band, which is kind of rare, but my stepdad, he was usually included in all of them because he was just, I don't know, he was special, I guess. Emphasis on the word special. Anyway, but that's how I got to see a lot of them. Well, one day, or actually at one of the concerts, and I can't remember where this is at. If I talked to my mother, I would have to ask her, where the fuck were we when this happened? But anyway, backstage, all that, they're, things are getting ready to go off, concert's getting ready to go off, and Gene Simmons walks out, full demon, you know, tongue flickering, armored accessories and everything, and he leans down and looks at me and says, "Hello," Satan's name, and he sticks his tongue out and starts wagging his tongue, doing his little demon face. I look up at him and I start screaming because I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And I reared back and I punched him in his codpiece, to which he starts laughing. I get collected and moved over to the side. I'm just dying. I'm just like, what the fuck is that? Um, Not in so many words, but yeah, they went out, did a killer show, I assume, because that's really all I remember of this experience, because I was only about 5 or 6 years old. But yeah, the devil assaulted the demon. So that one's for you, Mr. Rock and Roll Guy. So anyway, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here and I'm gonna put this up on YouTube. The tube on the internet, as Putter says. So you guys have a good one, and we'll talk soon.